Hello everybody. In one of our previous videos we ran this program. Let's see the result. So here we have a huge button which takes up all the space. Yeah. In real life you will not write this kind of user interfaces. You will want something which looks much more beautiful and maybe sophisticated. And when you put many of these kind of buttons and shapes and other controls, it's going to be harder for you to keep track of where each of the elements is located and that kind of stuff. So when you place elements onto the scene, it's actually much better if you use panes. Pane is something like a container. So here in this UML diagram we can see that there are 6 types of panes: flow pane, grid pane, border pane. Each of these panes is works a little bit differently, and they allow you to automatically put your control elements on the scene. So let's run this program and see the result. As you can see, we have a window which is 250 pixels in size, but our button is not taking all the space. Yeah. If you think about it for a second, we can see that we have a stage. A stage contains our scene, a scene contains our pane, and pane contains our button. Yeah, the kind of layers. Yeah? So our button is like a child of the pane, yeah, the container. It's located inside this container. Stack pane just centers the button and it respects the size of the button. Yeah, so this element has its kind of like a preferred size, which is as much as this text takes place. So if we analyze this code, how do we add this button into the stack pane? Well, it's very simple. Instead of putting this button directly onto the scene, we're gonna put this button into the pane and then take this pane and put it onto the scene. How do we put this button onto the pane? Pane actually holds all the elements it contains in something like an array list. Yeah, so when we write pane.getChildren, it's going to return something like an array list, and into this array list we can add our button. Yeah, in fact we can add as many elements as we want. We can add 10 buttons, and we can add 20 buttons. We can add other elements. However, when we add elements onto the stack pane, all of them are going to be displayed right in the middle. Yeah, like a stack. Yeah, when you stack the books, you put them one on top of each other. That's why the elements are going to be put one on top of each other here. We can just test it. Yeah, let's just quickly change our code and run it again. I'm just going to duplicate this code here, and let's add a new button, and let's add a button called cancel. And let's run this program. This is the result of our program. We can see that OK is behind cancel. Yeah. Unfortunately, we will not be able to click OK button because cancel is like on top of all the elements. Yeah, because it was the last element we added. This is how stack pane works. Stack pane in this case takes control of how to place these elements. Other panes are different when it comes to controlling how to place the elements, where to place the elements. Let's close this one and let's go to the next example. So here in this example we have a program that shows us a circle. Circle is a subclass of the shape class. Here is it. Shape is a node, but node is not a parent. Yeah? That's why we can't place this shape directly onto the scene. The only way we can place shape onto the scene is take this shape, a circle for example in our case, and put it onto some kind of a pane, and then take this pane and put it onto a scene. Like here. We create a circle. The circle's center x coordinate and y coordinate is going to be 100 by 100. The radius is going to be 50. Its stroke is the line. The line color is going to be black. And then it's not going to be filled. And then we are going to create a pane. We can't create a pane because it's not a abstract class, it's a concrete class. We're going to create a pane and then add this circle onto the pane and then put this pane onto the scene and then show it. Let's run it. And this is the result. Here we have our circle. We can resize the window, but unlike our previous example, button in pane, the circle doesn't stay in the middle, right? Why it does not stay in the middle? Well, it's just because we specified the coordinates 100, 100, so it's somewhere here and it doesn't change its location. And Java uses a different kind of coordinate system. Here is the coordinate system in Java. This is our conventional coordinate system where the x and y axes cross, and their crossing point is 0, 0. However, in Java, the coordinate system 0, 0 is on top left corner, and x-axis is going to be like this and y-axis is going to be like this. And when we say 100 by 100, in fact we're going to count 100 pixels here to the right and then 100 pixels down, and this is going to be the center of our circle, just like in our example, like here. And the radius of the circle is going to be 50. Thank you guys for your attention. See you in the next videos.